Said everywhere that I go, hey, I'm gonna let it shine. I said everywhere that I go, hey. Hello YouTube, it is D the Herbalist here, and I am making another video today. Today's video will be me showing you how I transplant marshmallow. But first, look at my cat. His name's Tiger, and he loves these kinds of projects, so he'll be in the video, and he is such good company. So today, this is what we're transplanting. We're transplanting marshmallow. Now, these seeds were sown February 20th. So this is a full 2 weeks after I sowed these seeds into these cells. So marshmallow, Althea officinalis. And this is a very important plant to me as an herbalist, and I've worked with it a lot. And I actually worked with it in Rhode Island, which was the last time that I was growing this plant, and these seeds came from Rhode Island all the way to Georgia. And that was over a year ago. So they're clearly still viable. Now, the first part of it was me filling that bucket that these marshmallow plants are sitting on, filling that with water and placing the 4-inch pots in the water, in the soapy water, letting it soak for about an hour. And then I just washed with my hand and rinsed them out. So now the pots are very clean and they're ready for the soil and the plants to be put inside of them. And the reason that we're doing this to begin with is because in the cells that these plants are currently in, there's not much space, right? And so with these 4-inch pots, we're allowing the plants to have more space for their roots to grow and develop into strong, healthy roots that will support strong, healthy, tall plants. And this is just me filling the pots. So I have 30 pots that I'm working with. So I'm looking for a total of 30 plants. And though this is a monotonous activity, it is very enjoyable if you have a symphony of birds singing and your cat is just walking around doing his thing. And this right here is what soil and plants from one cell, one of these individual cells, looks like. So I'm giving you an up close, and as you can see, a root is hanging, and these roots are already very well developed. Again, 2-week period, and this is 3 plants that have germinated in one single cell. And you'll see later on what I'm doing is I'm going into the cell with a butter knife along the edge, loosening up the soil, and then eventually lifting up all of that soil that have those plants in it, taking them out, and then I'll be separating the plants, placing them individually onto individual pots that they will eventually be put into and make their home until we put them out in the field. And this is a very delicate process because the roots are very delicate. They're very young, very tender. So you want to be extremely mindful of how you handle these plants. This is what one of them looks like. And I'm not very used to making videos for projects like these, so I could have been a little more delicate, but just be mindful of how delicate you are with these roots, especially. And then also, I planted 3 to 4 seeds per cell, so I'm looking for 3 to 4 plants, and I only work with 3 to maybe 5 plants at a time when I have them out, because again, those roots are very delicate. You don't want them to be exposed for too long. And this is just what it looks like when I am going around the perimeter of each cell and lifting the soil and the plants up out of that cell. And you can see Tiger in the background. He is very curious as to what's going on. And although I love his curiosity, I'm like, please do not, whatever you do, do not get to these plants because it's not very exciting. If your cat nibbles on all your seedlings, not cool, but he didn't do it. He's really good. So again, this is what it looks like. It looks like 5 of them germinated from this cell. And so I'm going to just break it apart, separate them, and then poke 2 holes in the soil and plant them into the soil. And then once I've done that, I'll just go around the pot and even out the soil around the plants. But again, this first step is to just take them out of the cell, be very gentle, especially when you're digging into the cell. You don't want to be cutting through roots. That's a big no-no. So once you put them in, just go around the pot and even out the soil. And these were very moist already, so I didn't have to add water beforehand. And then this is the finished product. So this is what they all look like in their new homes, and they will be in these new homes for probably 2 to 3 more weeks. We are expecting another frost here, which, yeah, that's just the thing that happens in Georgia. Apparently it's like a fake spring. It's already gotten to be like 88 degrees, so that's cool. So we'll keep these in for another 2 to 3 weeks, and then they'll be big enough to just go outside. And it's great timing. Marshmallow loves moist soil, and that's exactly where it'll be, in a portion of the field that is very moist and collects water. So the next time you see these, they'll still be in these 4-inch pots, but they'll be a lot bigger. And what I'll do is I'll make another video right before we transplant them out into the field. So this is Marshmallow. This is one of my seed saving experiences from Rhode Island. I started these seeds in Rhode Island, gathered them in Rhode Island, and now they're here in Georgia doing well.